All living organisms have the ability to reproduce. Animals give birth to live young who quickly become the next generation. We all know what newborn human babies look like, but there are some strange animal babies out there that you might not have seen before. In today's video, we're talking about 15 newborn animals you've never seen before. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to The Supreme, and click the notification bell for more lit content. Let's get rolling. Number 15. Baby bongo. Okay, so I was today years old when I found out that a bongo is not just a drum. A bongo is also a plant-eating animal in the antelope category. The thing that sets them apart from other antelope is their amazing look. They have a rusty brown/red coat as well as black patches. They have amazing white stripes, and both males and females have unique-looking horns. Bongos can usually be found in dense African forests and are vulnerable to big snakes, like pythons, as well as leopards, lions, hyenas, and other predators. There are reportedly just 100 bongos left in the wild, which makes them a very rare spot, unless you visit one of the animals at a zoo. So now that you know what a bongo is, check out what a baby bongo looks like. They are so cute. In the wild, mothers leave their babies in undergrowth after they're born to protect them. They frequently return to their babies to nurse them. Cincinnati Zoo welcomed Maynard, the baby bongo, in 2014, who was hand-raised by zoo staff after her mother rejected her. In October 2019, a bongo baby was born in Chester Zoo in the UK. The newborn was the first birth of its kind in the zoo for over 11 years. I know it isn't okay to own wild animals, but these are so cute, and I kind of want one. While I was researching for this video, I found two images that I wanted to open up for discussion with you guys. One is a snake that looks like it could be a king cobra hatching from a shell, and the other is a pink baby elephant. Snakes do hatch from eggs and are well developed when they finally break free. Do you think this is a real image of a baby cobra being born? It seems that newly hatched king cobras are very venomous like their parents, so you probably wouldn't want to get too close. And what about this baby elephant? I can imagine a newborn baby elephant looking that way, but I don't think a mother elephant would let a human get that close, let alone touch it, unless it had been abandoned. What do you guys think of these images? Let me know in the comment section below and use the hashtag #OpenDiscussion so we can see your response. Number 14. Baby quail. Quolls are predatory little marsupials who eat insects, birds, lizards, frogs, and sometimes even small mammals. These cat-sized creatures can be found in Australia and New Guinea. Quolls are under threat from poisonous cane toads, which were purposefully introduced to Australia to control populations of rabbits, foxes, dingoes, and quolls. They're also interesting looking. They have brown coats but have white spots, kinda like a deer. They're fast-moving creatures that usually come out at night. They live in dens, separated by sexes, and only meet to mate. So, speaking of mating, tiny newborn baby quolls are very strange looking. They look like baked beans. In 2018, 15 baby quolls in a pouch were photographed and documented in Boundary National Park. A baby quoll is the size of a grain of rice and stays in their mother's pouches for 8 weeks until they're big enough to venture out of the pouch and onto their mother's back, where they stay for another 6 weeks. It's shocking how quickly they go from something that looks like a baked bean to a little animal just running around. Number 13. Baby pangolin. Pangolins are believed to be the most trafficked non-human mammal in the world because their scales are used in traditional Chinese medicine and their meat is eaten as a delicacy in Asia. If you haven't seen a pangolin before, they're strange creatures to look at, kinda like armadillos. They have scales made of keratin, which is like our fingernails. Pangolins live in Asia and Africa and can grow between 12 inches long to up to 4 feet in length. These creatures have long snouts and very long tongues, which help them to eat ants and termites. Seriously, their tongues are longer than their entire bodies. How strange is that? Newborn pangolins are called pango pups and are born one at a time. They're born pink and soft, but their scales start to harden after just a day. One of the cutest things about pango pups is that they ride on their mother's tails for safety. If there is any danger, the mother will ball up and protect them. Despite being covered in armor, these little animals look quite lovable. Number 12. Southern Poodoo Fawn. Okay, cuteness overload. A baby Poodoo fawn is so tiny. Poodoo fawns are indigenous to rainforests of South America. They typically can be found in dense underbrush, shading from the sun and avoiding predators as best they can. Poodoos are the world's smallest deer, are a soft auburn color, and have little white spots like Bambi. In the wild, Poodoos are territorial animals and roam around 40 to 60 acres. These deer mate with multiple partners, and mating season lasts between April and June. Baby Poodoos are born with their eyes open and can stand almost immediately after birth. This is common with mammals who are prey animals, as it means that they can escape quickly with young. The world got an incredible close-up look at a baby Southern Poodoo fawn in May 2017 when one was born at the Wildlife Conservation Society Queen Zoo in New York. Newborns remain with their mothers for up to a year, and after 8 months, they start to grow their antlers. Young Poodoos and adult Poodoos are both said to be very playful creatures who will run, skip, and play fight with each other. Sadly, Poodoo fawns are under threat from deforestation through agriculture and lodging. Number 11. Sugar Glider Joey. A sweet name for a sweet animal. Sugar gliders are small marsupials like koalas and kangaroos. They are originally from Australia and Indonesia and get their name because they love sweet things, especially fresh fruit, sap, and nectar. The small animals are agile and can jump through the air a lot like flying squirrels. Their lineage dates back millions of years to the Miocene period, which means as a genus, they are way older than humans. Sugar gliders breed once or twice a year, like kangaroos and the quolls we heard about earlier. They carry their young in pouches. Babies are called joeys, and they are born underdeveloped, furless, and with little more than a sense of smell. Joeys will stay completely in their mother's pouch to develop further for the first 60 days after their birth. After that, they will climb in and out of the pouch. They open their eyes after 80 days, and it takes around 120 days for them to venture away from their nest. This means that very young joeys are quite vulnerable. A fully grown sugar glider grows to 5 to 7 inches and weighs just 8 ounces. Because of their cute appearance, they are often bred and sold as pets. Although a lot of animal rights groups don't think that the home environment is appropriate for these wild animals, who are born to live outdoors and in fresh air. Number 10. Honduran white baby bats. Tiny white bats? They look like little puffy marshmallows. I always thought bats were black, but it seems that in Honduras, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, and Panama, there are little white bats that live in tents. The tents are actually big heliconia leaves, and the little bats cluster underneath them like they're all in a tent. They hang close together at the center of the leaf to help protect themselves from heavy rain, hot sun, and predators. These bats have strange noses and ears, which kind of looks like leaves in themselves. Tent-making bats are cute as they are, but the newborn babies are even cuter. The way they all bunch up together under the heliconia leaves makes them look like a tiny peas in a tiny pod. Another fact about these small white bats, they're actually incredibly rare to spot. They live deep in the rainforests of Central America, and if you were to touch the leaf they were huddling under, they would quickly fly away to safety, believing they're under attack. If you were looking for a reason to like these bats even more, then maybe you already do. And unlike most bats, they aren't bloodsuckers. They only eat fruit and vegetation. Number 9. Baby elephant shrew. It's obvious where elephant shrews get their names from when you look at them. They look like tiny little shrews, but with strange elephant-like noses. Nature is so great, isn't it? These small animals aren't actually shrews, but they're small mammals that resemble a lot of other small rodents. Elephant shrews are one of the fastest small mammal species in the world and have been recorded reaching speeds of nearly 18 miles an hour. Now that's pretty fast. While elephant shrews are solitary animals, they tend to have monogamous mating habits and will share and defend their home territory. These little animals are native to Africa and live between 2.5 to 4 years in the wild. Their short lifespans also reflect their short gestation periods and quick days. After that, they're also fed mashed insects, which sounds gross to me, but probably sounds swell to a baby elephant shrew. After just 15 days alive on planet Earth, the babies start straying from their mother's nest. They will then be old enough to have their own kids after about 41 days. They grow up so fast, don't they? I still can't get over the way they move their noses. Weird. Number 8. Baby Dumbo Octopus. From elephant shrews to the Dumbo octopus, these little octopi are named after the Disney elephant because of their floppy ears. They actually use these ears to swim around in the deep ocean, which is kinda hilarious. The ears create a siphon, pushing water back behind them. The Dumbo octopus is the deepest living octopus that we all know about, usually living at least 13,000 feet below the surface of the water. They can be found off the coast of Oregon, as well as the Azores, the Philippines, and New Zealand. We don't see many Dumbo octopuses up on the ground, but there have been a few hatched out of the ocean. Yeah, if you didn't know, octopuses are hatched from eggs. It seems that the baby octopuses are born almost fully developed, with their trademark fins already present. Number 7. Echidna puggle. Alright, these may be my new favorite animals. Echidnas are egg-laying mammals that have an ancestry dating back 20 to 50 million years. They look like cute, docile animals, but they're actually covered in spiky barbs like hedgehogs and porcupines, as well as having large, powerful claws. Echidnas have a fantastic sense of smell and eat by opening up logs and licking out grubs, termites, worms, ants, and other insect treats. Mating for echidnas is pretty hilarious for us humans because males literally form a line and follow the females around. Get in line, gentlemen. Females lay eggs 22 days after mating and then put the egg in a pouch where the puggle will hatch. Yeah, baby echidnas are called puggles, which might be the best name for a baby animal ever. Puggles are usually born 10 days after being placed in their mom's pouches, but they're born quite underdeveloped and have to suck milk from pouch pores to feed while they develop for a further 45 to 55 days. During this development stage, the puggles grow their spines, and I have to say that the thought of having a baby develop sharp spines inside of me before climbing out makes me glad I'm not a female echidna. Echidnas live for up to 50 years, and puggles will stay in their mother's den for a whole year after birth. Number 6. Dik-dik calf. A what? Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Dik-diks are very small species of antelopes that grow up to be only 16 inches and 6 to 13 pounds in weight. Despite their size, they can run at 42 miles an hour. These teeny tiny antelopes live in the bushlands of South and East Africa. These strange creatures eat plants and shrubs and don't need to drink water. Dik-diks are monogamous, and males will mark their territory with dung piles, covering their girlfriend's dung with their own too. Who said romance is dead? Females gestate for around 170 days and give birth to one single offspring. Unlike other similar animals, dik-diks are born nose first, and babies weigh between 1.2 to 1.7 pounds. Baby dik-diks are so small. Some of these animals can be found in zoos across the world. In January 2018, a zoo in Lancashire, England announced that its first baby dik-dik had been born and was hoping to have 80 animal babies by the end of the year. Who could be angry when a little dik-dik is around? Number 5. Fennec fox kit. Adult fennec foxes are pretty adorable, and the cubs are even cuter. Fennecs are the world's smallest fox species and are native to the sandy deserts of Africa. Even as full-grown adults, these little guys look like a cross between a puppy and a kitten with comedy ears. It seems that these strange ears are to help the little creatures deal with the heat. Fennec foxes weigh between 1.5 and 3.5 pounds and grow to just 8 inches tall. As well as being the smallest fox, it's also the smallest canid in general. These desert foxes are great predators and eat insects, mammals, and birds, although they themselves are eaten by larger mammals, jackals, and eagle owls. Fennec foxes are social and playful, and they mate for life. The species generally mates once a year, and during the female's pregnancy, the mate will fiercely protect her. Baby fennec foxes are called kits, and it's normal for 1 to 4 to be born at one time. When the kits are born, their ears are folded and their eyes are closed. Their eyes will finally open at around 10 days old, and their ears will gradually unfurl. Sadly, fennec foxes are often trapped by fur for trappers in North Africa, although their meat is often wasted because people think it smells bad. In captivity, the foxes live slightly longer. You can see fennecs yourself in zoos across the world. In April 2018, 2 little kits were at Capron Park Zoo in Attleboro, Massachusetts, which drew in crowds. Some people own them as pets, but it's widely agreed that they can't be fully domesticated. Number 4. Baby tarsier. Tarsiers are the world's smallest primates. They're small, leaping creatures that can be found in the Philippines, Malaysia, Indonesia, and Brunei. Fossil records suggest that they date back 45 million years. The little creatures have huge eyes, which are often bigger in diameter than their brains. They have pinned-up ears too, allowing them to hear frequencies as high as 91 kilohertz. Together, the eyes and ears help this nocturnal animal wait quietly for prey to approach. They tend to eat beetles, spiders, cockroaches, and grasshoppers, but they've also been known to eat small birds, snakes, lizards, and bats. Related to monkeys, these expressive little creatures are excellent jumpers. Tarsiers are monogamous, and females are pregnant for around 6 months, after which they deliver just one baby. Newborn tarsiers are very cute. They have all their fur and are born with their big eyes wide open. They're able to climb trees within just 1 day of being born, although they aren't fully independent for around 2 months. Tarsiers live in small family groups and are very shy and are sensitive to bright lights and loud noises, which means you have to be very careful with newborns. Tarsiers do not take well to domesticating and are reported to act very stressed and sometimes even suicidal when in captivity. Number 3. Patagonian Mara babies. These strange creatures look like a cross between a large rodent and a rabbit. Now that's strange. These creatures are in the same family as guinea pigs and capybaras. The Patagonian Mara lives, like its name suggests, in Patagonia, as well as Argentina, and can be found in open spaces with some shrub cover. While you may think these animals share a lot in common with rabbits, their feet are actually surprisingly hoof-like. They grow up to 30 inches in length and usually weigh between 18 to 35 pounds. Maras are daytime creatures, and 46% of their daily activities involve eating. I can get on board with that. Patagonian Maras choose either to be monogamous or to breed communally. If they choose monogamy, then they stay that way for life. Males mark their females with urine, which doesn't sound so great to us, but I guess it's the high praise for a Patagonian Mara female. Sometimes communal breeding will see up to 29 pairs of Mara sharing the same warren. When the babies are born, they are able to start running immediately. They stay in dens and are watched over by groups of parents. Maras are eventually weaned by 13 weeks. Number 2. Baby armadillo. Did you know that the name armadillo comes from the Spanish for little armored one? That makes a lot of sense, right? All 20 species of armadillo live in the Western Hemisphere, with most in the southern United States and Central America, and some in the northern part of South America. Armadillos are on average around 30 inches long, have a trademark hard shell and long claws for digging into the earth. One of my favorite things about armadillos is that they will roll up into a ball when they're threatened. Armadillos engage in courtship rituals and will mate with several partners during breeding season. Mating is the only part that males plan raising their young, and armadillos overall are solitary creatures. Females will dig burrows to birth their babies. 9 banded armadillos give birth to 4 identical offspring. All of the creatures are born soft and leathery, with their skin hardening over a few weeks. One of the best videos of a baby armadillo out there is a newborn drinking from a tiny dish at a Polish zoo. Look at that hungry little guy go. Baby armadillos look so cute and scrappy. Number 1. Baby aardvark. Aardvarks are undeniably weird-looking creatures. They're burrowing nocturnal animals that live in Africa. With strange snout-like noses, aardvarks sniff out termites, ants, and other insects in the ground. They have powerful legs and claws as well as excellent hearing. Surprisingly, aardvarks are also good swimmers, and they're pretty wise. They run in zigzag shapes, which helps to evade approaching predators. Usually solitary creatures, aardvarks only couple up during breeding season, and the coupling results in one cub born around 7 months later. Newborn baby aardvarks are ugly. In a cute way, sure, but they are certainly strange. They're pink, hairless, and wrinkly, kind of like a Sphinx cat, but with a pig's nose and rabbit ears. Babies don't start growing hair for around 6 weeks, and they will drink milk for around 9 weeks. At 3 months old, termites are firmly on the menu. By 6 months old, baby armadillos will finally be able to dig their own burrows, which is vital for protecting them against predators. That was 15 newborn animals you've never seen before. What do you think about this list? Which one of the baby animals do you think is the most interesting?